A long time ago, in the powerful kingdom of Babylon, there lived 3 young men named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were faithful to God and lived with honesty and courage, even in a land far from home. Babylon was ruled by King Nebuchadnezzar, a proud and mighty king. He built a gigantic golden statue and commanded everyone to bow down and worship it. Anyone who refused, he warned, would be thrown into a furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego could not worship the statue. Their faith in God was stronger than their fear of man. They knew that God was more powerful than any king or statue. When the king heard that they refused to bow, he was furious. His face turned red with rage. Guards were called. The young men were brought before the king, their hands bound, their hearts beating fast. Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden statue I have set up? If you are ready, at the moment you hear the music, bow down and worship it. But if you do not, you will be thrown into the fiery furnace. And who is the God who can deliver you from my hands?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stood tall. They did not tremble, though flames of fear could have consumed their hearts. With calm courage, they replied, "O King, we do not need to defend ourselves. If we are thrown into the furnace, the God we serve can save us. But even if he does not, we will not serve your gods or worship the statue you have set up." The king's anger boiled over. His fury was unstoppable. He commanded the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than ever before. The fire roared like a mighty beast, flames leaping high into the sky. The guards seized Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, bound them tightly, and threw them into the blazing furnace. The heat was unbearable. Smoke filled the air, and the flames danced like wild lions. Everyone outside the furnace covered their faces in fear, expecting the young men to be consumed instantly. But then something extraordinary happened. The king stepped closer and shouted in amazement, "Look, I see 4 men walking freely in the fire, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Indeed, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walked unharmed in the middle of the furnace. Not a hair on their heads was singed. Their clothes were untouched. The fire had no power over them. Beside them walked God himself, protecting his faithful servants. The king was stunned. He called them out of the furnace, and the moment they stepped onto the ground, the flames vanished. The fire had not harmed them in any way. Nebuchadnezzar proclaimed loudly, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel and delivered his servants who trusted in him. They disobeyed my command, yet their God was able to save them from the furnace of blazing fire." The people of Babylon were filled with awe and fear. They saw the power of God, and they understood that no earthly king or fire could overcome his strength. From that day forward, the 3 young men continued to serve God faithfully. Their courage inspired countless others. They taught everyone that true faith does not bow to fear, and that God protects those who trust him completely. Even when life surrounds you with danger, when the fire seems too hot to endure, and when the world demands that you compromise your beliefs, remember the lesson of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. God is with you in the fire. He can protect, deliver, and preserve you in ways beyond imagination. Faith in him is never in vain. So when trials come and fear whispers that all is lost, lift your eyes, trust in God, and walk forward boldly. Just like the 3 faithful friends in Babylon, You may face fiery tests, but you are never alone.